So we are a big country, 330 million people. Very diverse, very heterogeneous in terms of everything, in terms of backgrounds, traditions, the way we live, our values, our opinions. But for all our diversity, I think that we Americans can all probably agree. I think we can all come together around the somewhat obvious idea that if there is one consumer product that America needs, one thing we're just missing as a country, it's probably a gun that is specifically designed for babies. A gun specifically designed to be wielded by babies. Specifically, an assault rifle-style semi-automatic long gun made to look kind of like the civilian version of a U.S. military-issue M4 rifle, but sized down. So, like, toddlers can use them. Not toy guns, not like super soakers, squirt guns, not BB guns, not cap guns. Real guns that fire real bullets. You've heard of the AR-15? Well, now meet the JR-15, as in the junior AR-15. The company that makes it is just super cute about the whole thing. They call themselves WeOne Tactical. WeOne, not we won, but WeOne, as in little one. Until recently, they had logos for the little girls and little boys version of this gun for babies. The logos were this little kid's skull and crossbones with a pacifier for boys, and this little skull and bones pacifier with a crossbone. With a pacifier for girls. Because why should any kid have to wait until they're done with the teething process before they can start carrying their own assault rifle? They advertised the JR-15 as smaller, safer, lighter. They apparently recently did drop the pacifier logos and the Scooby-Doo cartoon font in some of their advertising. But it's not like they're no longer claiming this is an assault rifle for babies. I mean, they could change their marketing of it, right? They could say this is for a different purpose. They could have started to say they're making this mini-sized assault rifle for people with unusually short arms. Hey, are you built like a T-Rex? Hard time reaching the steering wheel and the pedals at the same time? Have we got the assault rifle for you? Or they could market it for people with low upper body strength. Can't handle a gun that weighs more than 2 pounds? Find yourself unable to lift a carton of milk anymore? Don't worry, doesn't mean you shouldn't have a semi-automatic blowback action assault rifle of your dreams. It's specifically designed for you, great-great-grandma. When they dropped the pacifier logo, explicitly targeting the gun to the teething toddler market, that might have seemed like it was, signaling that they were abandoning the whole idea of assault rifles for kids. But no, it turns out they just dropped the pacifier logos and the cartoon font, but they're making clear that it is not just for people with little tiny arms or not just for people with very poor upper body strength. It's still definitely for preschool. And the reason you can tell that is still their targeted market for this gun is because this is the image that pops up on the splash page at their website. Clear enough? Here's another view of the same target consumer. Maybe she's, 5? I think she's 5? And if America is now marketing smaller, lighter, fully functional semi-automatic assault rifles for 5-year-olds, I mean, what's next? Why would we stop there? If they really want to get the full market share that might be available to them, maybe they could do an even littler one that babies could use in the crib. Maybe they could fire it with their feet or something. The junior AR-15, the JR-15 for toddlers, is a real thing. For its part, the company who makes this kid gun says the reason it's so great for kids is not only because it only weighs 2 pounds and is sized for little fingers and little arms and little hands, but they're very hot to tell you that it has special safety features. The special safety feature appears mostly to be just a second deliberately awkward safety knob on the other side of the gun from the regular safety, because surely kids won't be able to figure that one out on their own. The website Snopes.com, which debunks fake things in the news and fake things on the internet, they had to do a Snopes post not long ago assuring people that no, this is not a rejected plotline from The Simpsons or from a Borat movie written to dramatize through exaggeration how insane things can get in this country. No, this is a real thing. True. Is the JR-15 a real rifle designed for children? True. Yes. It's in the news today because in the great state of Illinois, where there is a pugnacious Democratic governor named J.B. Pritzker and a Democratic legislature, in Illinois, they are about to pass a new law that would ban gun marketing, gun advertising that specifically markets guns to kids. And this is sort of the poster child kid assault rifle for that new law. Now, of course, they're not banning the gun itself. Heaven forfend. We cannot do that in this country. Just ask the U.S. Supreme Court. But they are at least trying to ban the advertising of these assault rifles for babies. California passed a law along the same lines last year. Now, other blue states, including Illinois, are following suit. Gun rights groups and their Republican supporters are absolutely outraged. They're absolutely against any such move. Why on earth would you want to limit any sort of communication or marketing targeting children with this sort of thing? I mean, from their perspective, yeah, hey, what could possibly go wrong? To this day, people don't believe me when I tell them what it is that Republicans did first the last time they got full control in Washington, the last time they got control of both the White House and the Congress. You remember when that was, right? That was the result of the 2016 election. And there was so much shock and consternation over what candidate Donald Trump had said he was going to do with the presidency and what he had campaigned on. There was so much shock and surprise over the election outcome, particularly at the presidential level. But the election outcome was that Republicans not only got the White House, they also got the House and the Senate. But amid all of the consternation and shock and all of the rapid change that portended, no one remembers what they actually did with that power once they got it. But it's true. It is as real as the AR-15 military-style assault rifle sized down for preschoolers. The first substantive thing the new Republican Congress did in 2017 when they got full control in Washington was the Republicans passed legislation that would facilitate access to firearms for people who had been formally adjudicated to be mentally ill. Not just like people who seem a little off, but like people who were formally adjudicated by the government to be mentally ill and unable to handle their own affairs. The first thing Republicans did with full power in Washington was literally make it easier for officially crazy people to get guns. To this day, people still do not believe it, but look it up. It is true. And now, naturally, along that same plot line, now we have kid-sized, fully functional semi-automatic military-style assault rifles that fire real bullets. California last year and Illinois now are trying at the state level to at least block the marketing of those. But the guns exist, and gun groups and their Republican supporters are very much opposed even to trying to regulate the advertising around this new product.